So Denise and Jeff, let's start with how you first heard about Sensible Money.
We were thinking about retiring, but we were thinking it was pretty far off, and we wanted to be prepared. So that's why I started doing research. I was managing the finances all throughout our marriage, and then I started reading up on different books, and I must have read maybe like 6 or 7 books on retirement, and I came across Dana's book, Control Your Retirement Destiny, and that was by far the most comprehensive book that I read, and I was so impressed by what she shared. You know, there was personal experiences, and then there was just data about retirement and what you needed to do. And so I wanted to find it out more, because that's something that we were saving, but I didn't know what it took to retire. That's kind of scary jump, from working full time to retiring. So I looked her up on the internet and found Sensible Money. So that's kind of how that started.
So after you found them, I take it that you did some interviewing and ultimately chose to work with them. What was that process like?
I actually didn't do too much interviewing, because I was so impressed by what her company was doing, and I kind of looked at and from the book too. There's so much information that she shared. We spoke with Brian, who at that time was the person that reached out to us. We were so pleasantly surprised when we had a meeting with him, and he let us, we're asking like, when can we retire? That's the big question. And we're thinking, in 5 years, maybe 10 years, who knows? And he said, next year. And we're like, really? So it was, and then not only did he just showed us all these different graphs and all the data that they collected, and it was extensive, from the age we were at that time till 95 years old. And it's like, wow. And the stress tests that they did for our finances during even, historic, like the Depression or the mortgage crisis, those kind of things, we were able, he said our portfolio looked good.
Yeah, for me, it was like, I was thinking I was around 63, 64, 2 years away from being 65. So I wasn't thinking that heavy. And I knew we were saving, we were putting away, our maximum or whatever for our work, contributions. But, I just figured, I have to wait till Social Security at 65, so I wasn't thinking about it. And I didn't, and I knew Denise was running those meetings with Brian and Sensible Money. And then, but when we met with them, it was funny because, that was the time when there wasn't Zoom, right? So it was like a regular phone call, but what was kind of impressive is he was able to share his screen, and after we filled out that spreadsheet, there was, he showed us our spreadsheet, showed us everything. And that's what impressed me about Brian, his demeanor, so calm, no pressure, that's what stuck in mind, just listening to us, and he just kind of grew on us. And then when he says you can retire in a year, then, I kind of got a fever. That's what I was thinking about at work, thinking about retirement. But so that's how the ball got rolling with us with Sensible Money.
Tell me about the experience working with Kathy in terms of, meeting and exceeding expectations and whatnot.
Anytime we have a concern, we can reach out to her, and she gets back to us right away. And even in, I think it was 2018, there was some crisis with the stock market, and we were scared. We're like, do we pull out? What do we do? Please help us. Can you help us? And so right after, she scheduled a call with us, and she's like, no, don't worry. We have we have everything under control, and so it was just so helpful to hear someone that was calm and said, no, things will be okay. Just hang in there. And so we were so happy to hear that, and that she responded so quickly. So yeah, she's been great to work with.
When we started out, we got attached to Brian in the beginning, because that's how we started. But then, they introduced us to Kathy, and she just fit right in and just picked up where Brian left off. The same, like Denise mentioned, the same calm demeanor, and just really you could trust her, just caring and just listening into all of our questions. In the 90s, we used to watch this show. It was called Money Talks. His name was Bob Brinker, and we would follow him, and Denise would, we listened to him every week. And I had a friend, we talked financial, and he listened to him too. So we'd always talk about him, and he'd always talk about critical mass. You got to get, reach critical mass. We were thinking, what's critical mass? And we found out it's like, you got to get your savings or your account to where, it'll be self-sustained, So, but we were joking about critical mass, and we didn't think we'd ever reach it, But so we finally found out after, working with Sensible and watching our funds grow, I'm just grateful we reached critical mass.
Do you have a favorite aspect of working with Sensible Money?
Dana's always keeping updated on what's happening, and as well as her whole company, that she's current. It's not just from past experience. It's current. She's always trying to update things. And another aspect is just like the care that they put into the work that they do. We were able to meet Dana when we first started. She was flying down to South Orange County, California, and she contacted us and asked us, do you want to meet for lunch? And of course.
She had a friend that, we're lucky because she has a friend that kind of lives by our place. So, she was able to, tie that in. So that was great for us.
Yeah. So we met with her, and we, right away, we liked her. We could tell how genuine she was. And she was very calm, and there was like no pressure. They never put any pressure on us. She was just sharing how she started the company, why, and just the care that she put in to work with people that were retired. And she didn't want people to be taken advantage of, because she had seen people being taken advantage of. So that really made a difference to us. We, felt that.
All right, so here's the toughest question. It's how would you sum up your experience in one word working with Sensible Money, Kathy, and the team?
I don't have one word, but I have a few. But it's what comes to mind the most is peace of mind. I just feel so grateful that we have Sensible Money. That they're managing our portfolio, and I don't worry. Before, when I was managing our finances, I was worrying every single day. I would look at the stock market. I don't even look at it anymore because I know they're taking good care of us, and they care about us too.
For me, it's, I guess, reliability. Because I know that they're so reliable. Like, just we could count on them, that they're there behind the scenes. We don't have to. Like Denise mentioned, she would look at our account every day, no matter, and they say, don't look at it, right? You don't need to, but they're there behind the scenes, juggling, they're all saying, okay, we could take this fund and move it here. And then this this bond is going to mature at a certain time. And when we just tell them, we need to, we want to buy a car, and that was like 2017. They said, oh, we'll move this here, and then, it'll mature. And, we just, what's great is they're able to, we pay ourselves, twice a month, so that's, no worry financially.